What's going on, guys? Scott here, and I've been playing in the Halloween servers a lot lately just to get hyped up for this year's event, when it dawned on me that there are quite a few new Team Fortress players, and some of them have no clue where to go or what achievements to get in order to get the free Halloween items that they're giving out every year. Now I'm going to make a quick tutorial / guide on what you need to do in order to get this free swag. But keep in mind, I'm going off of last year's model, where they dropped everything from the years previous. If they change it this year, it is not my fault. I'll do an updated video or an annotation or something letting you know if something's been changed. Now to start off, 2009 was the first year they did a Halloween event. It was basically a Koth Harvest reskin, and they added in a whole slew of new achievements, or scare achievements as they call them. They have the pumpkin bombs, and then the main thing you can get from this year is the mildly disturbing Halloween mask, which you'll see on the screen. Now in order to get this, you just have to complete the Candy Coroner achievement. Basically, when you kill somebody, there's a random chance that a pumpkin will fall from their corpse. Pick up 20 of these, the Candy Coroner is completed, and you have yourself a mildly disturbing Halloween mask. Now, with this particular one, you do not have to wait until the Halloween event. If you're on a server that has the Koth Harvest map set up, and they're actually running the Halloween plugins, you can get the pumpkins, you can get the achievement. Okay? They also added in the Ghostly Gibbous in 2009. And I'm not going to touch too much on this one because you can get a Gibbous year-long. You just have to dominate somebody who's wearing a Gibbous. So 2010, they stepped it up quite a bit. This was the Man Manor event, which had the Haunted Headless Horseman boss fight. Also, they were randomly dropping gift packages to people. Within these gifts, they would have 9 paper bag masks that showed the mercenaries' faces. If you collected all 9, you could craft together a Saxon Hail mask that's wearable year-long. Now, I'm not sure if they still drop these masks because I didn't play on the 2010 or 2011 servers at all last year, but definitely what you can get from this particular event map, the Haunted Medal from defeating the Headless Horseman, which in turn you can craft to make the Headless Horseman's axe, or a spine-chilling skull. Now, keep in mind, in order to get this achievement, you have to beat the Horseman with a melee weapon. So you have to be one of the last, I think it's like 4 or 5 people that hit the Horseman. If you do that, you will get the achievement, which will give you the Haunted Medal, and then you can craft a way to make whatever item you decide, or you can just keep the Haunted Medal because it's purple and glowy and it looks pretty cool. 2011, they added the Monoculus achievement, which is basically Demo Man's missing eye. Yes, you fight a missile-shooting Demo Man eye. Now, in order to beat Monoculus, you have to go through a few waves of battle. Once you defeat Monoculus, you find yourself on Loot Island. Climb yourself all the way up to the top, and you will see a giant Bombonomicon. Once you reach Bombonomicon, you will receive the achievement items, basically a Bombonomicon pin that you wear, and it'll add an explosion effect, and then you will also receive the Monoculus head. Now, in 2011, they also gave out a spooky cauldron, which contained a seal mask just for logging onto Team Fortress. I do not know if they're going to do that this year or not, but I know that they did give out the cauldron last year to new players, so keep an eye out for that. Also in 2011, they had random gifts which would give you costume sets for the mercenaries. Now, I did not play on a 2011 server last year, so I'm not sure if they are still giving these out. If anybody knows, in the comments section below, please let me know. It would be greatly appreciated. In 2012, they gave us 2 new game modes. First up, we fought Marasmus, which was the wizard roommate of Soldier. Now, this was basically a reskin of Viaduct. Marasmus would be out there. You'd have to hit him a bunch of times to kill him. Once you beat Marasmus, you would find yourself on Skull Island, where you'd have to make your way to the top. You would see Bombonomicon again. You would receive the Skull Island Topper, which is a hat. And then also that year, magic spells started to drop, which there were a few different spells. They had footprint effects, which would add weird, like, colored effects to your character. Paint jobs, which would change the paint on your hats to like a translucent. They had a few different colors. Vocal spells, which would make your mercenaries have like really high-pitched voices, really low-pitched voices, things like that. And they also added in the zombie souls through Pile of Curses, which I know they were still dropping last year. So if you're playing on a 2012 map, you will be collecting souls. You then craft those together in your backpack, and you have the chance to open up a zombie soul. They have a haunted version and just a regular version. And then also that year they had a number 51 Eerie Crate, which had a ton of Halloween cosmetics in it. And finally, 2013, they added a whole new dynamic to the Halloween event when they gave us magic spells. It was the Hell Tower event. They basically did a reskin of Hightower, but you had to push the Man Brothers to the points to actually explode and everything, like you would a normal payload race. And then it will take you to another level of Hell. Alright, so when you're in Hell, it's basically the same thing as Skull Island, Loot Island. And if you make your way to the top, you will then receive an empty spellbook. Now, initially, whenever you logged onto Team Fortress to participate in this event, you were given a spell magazine, which would allow you to actually use the spells on the Hell Tower event. The empty spellbook is basically the same thing. You can put that into an action slot, wear it on your character. The only thing is, you have to collect 3 pages in order to be able to use that spellbook year-round. Now, the pages will only drop during the Halloween events, and since last year was the first year that they were giving them out, I'd assume that you'd be able to receive those as well, just for playing on a Hell Tower event map. Now, last year they did something different. Instead of doing a random drop on the map, every person that was on the server would get a notification that a gift was waiting for them. Now, you'd have to race around the map in order to find the gift, and it was only lasting for 3 minutes. So if you missed it, then you missed your chance for the hour to collect that gift. But the next following hour, you would have another chance to collect one. Nobody else on the server could grab it. It was specifically for you. And then inside these gifts, you'd have the ability to either get a spooky crate, which had a ton of cosmetics, or they were giving out uncraftable, untradeable Halloween items, which I'll show a few on the screen. I'm sure they'll do this again this year because it was quite a nice gesture. People were getting ridiculous amounts of cosmetics. And the only bad thing is you couldn't trade them. But they did have, I think it was called a transmorphifier, going off of memory, where if you didn't like the item you got, you would add it into the little transmorphifier or whatever, and it would spit out a new uncraftable Halloween item. This was just a quick rundown of the events from the past. And like I said, I don't know if they are going to be dropping everything from previous years, but if they do, you're now informed on what to look out for. Keep in mind, you are able to get all of these achievement items anytime throughout the year by going on to a server that is running the plugin, or if you have a custom server or know someone with a custom server, they can actually spawn Marasmus, Monoculus, the Headless Horseman, and you'll be able to get the achievements that way. So, thanks for watching, everybody. If this video helped out, please leave a like. It does help the channel out. Until next time, peace.